Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great day. Hope if you stepped outside this morning, hope you're enjoying the nice cool weather.
Are you?
I loved it. Good. I thought it was great. I mean, obviously I needed my sweater, but I liked it.
I think most people are in your camp and my camp. It's nice to have below normal temps when you're in the summer season.
Right.
Doesn't happen often lately, but it is this morning. It will tomorrow morning. And generally, I would say at or below normal temps, likely to continue for at least the next 7 to 8 days. That's very unusual in the middle of summer. So this is a nice run we're setting up with, and not a lot of rain. I've got a little bit of a shower action maybe late Saturday night. Outside of that, not much. So I'm going to talk about the really good stuff as we head into the all-important Labor Day weekend.
Right.
Big weekend. A lot of you may be headed to the beach. We'll dig into the details on that. Talk about our little tropical entity, which is of no issue to anybody. I'll get you updated on that. And talk a little bit about football as well. Big football game tomorrow night.
I know.
Probably heard.
It's pretty huge. Yeah, if you've heard about it. I don't know if you have. But
yeah, the college football
on.
season kicking off tomorrow night. Of course, Pirates taking on State. And those of you lucky enough to be headed over there. Did I hear one of the stories this morning, 160 a ticket?
Yeah, about there. I think Blake Harrell said ESPN had it up there at 167.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah,
I had no idea they were that expensive.
I know, right? Great for the economy, the North Carolina football.
Yeah, but you got to have a couple of bucks to go watch the game, I guess. I didn't realize that, but I think they sold out. So apparently no problem selling those $150 tickets.
Right. All right, so before we get into your forecast with all of the good things happening this week, we do have a story out of Kinston, a good story. The community nonprofit Kinston Teens just recently bought the old Lewis School. It's a historic building out in Kinston. It's been abandoned for a little bit of time, and they're looking to, they don't know what their plans are yet for the building, but they're looking to bring more community to it, do something with it to help the community and make it a good space for people to come enjoy, get to know each other, which I think is really wonderful for the Kinston community.
So it's nice, kind of saw the potential of the building and thought, let's go ahead and do this, and we'll figure out the details, and very proactive, I would say, on their part.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at what they have to say.
Rich with local history, the former Lewis School building has been sitting vacant in East Kinston for decades. Now the nonprofit Kinston Teens has decided to give it new life, buying the property to repurpose it.
Anything that could substantiate the community, I think that's what this building would be doing.
Ben Starkey and other residents who live nearby say it's time the eyesore, with its broken windows and overgrown vines, gets turned into something better.
Well, it'll make it look better. It'll make the street look better over there. No, they'll clean it up over there.
And clean up is just what Kinston Teens plan to do to the old school.
We're going to start doing is, volunteer work out here, and then anything that Kinston Teens decide to do, I think they will let the community know at hand.
Yearwood says she isn't sure what the plans are for the building yet, but the organization will keep the community involved with next steps. She says in the meantime,
if anybody would like to come out and volunteer and help us get these grounds in order and, in a good looking area, you are welcome to come.
Kinston Teens say they hope this project shows the power of local ownership, neighborhood-led development, and community pride.
I think this will be a great addition. I mean, if you're looking at the school now, I didn't realize how dilapidated is that the right word?
There's a little repair work to be done there.
Yeah, there's just a lot of work that needs to be done.
It applies. Yep.
Yeah. But if you're looking at the building, it's like that's a better word for it. It's looking a little bit rough on the outside, but with a lot of help, a lot of volunteer work, I think they could really bring this to life.
I think this is a great chance to do some volunteering.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking this because I was doing Meals on Wheels for years and years, had to step away from that, and this is an opportunity to get back in and do some volunteering. And it looks like they could use a lot of volunteers. Yeah,
agree,
a lot of work to be done. But imagine, once the work is done, they've restored the inside, cleaned the outside up, What an amazing space. And I'm sure creative minds will come up with a very good use for that down the road, and it will fully achieve its potential, hopefully. It's going to take a little while, I think, with all that work, but it'd be nice to get down there, I think, and maybe give a hand a little bit.
Yeah.
So I might be giving them a buzz, but good job, and hopefully that comes together nicely for them over the coming months.
I agree. Yeah,
years.
I feel like it might take a few months, few years, but down the line, I'm excited to see where it all goes.
Yeah, yep, good stuff. No
All
doubt.
right, well, let's talk weather.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's switch over. We'll pop up the weather source. And again, my weather news is all good, generally speaking, over the coming days. Let's do tropics first. I'll just get you updated on Vernon. Again, no threat with this storm. This is the only game out there right now. We take a ride off the coast, good 1,000 miles off the east coast or so. Tropical storm with winds at 45, at least at last check. Let's see if they're still there. Yep, 45. That's the 8 a.m. update, that data. I take that back. We're not quite to 8 a.m. yet, so we may see a reduction with the 8 a.m. update. And again, moving to the east-northeast at about 10 to 15. Winds gusting 60, barometer at 107 millibars. Vernon, no problems for anybody save boating interests in the northern Atlantic. I really think by late tonight, tomorrow morning, the Hurricane Center probably won't be tracking this anymore, and even if they are, it's going to be barely holding on to tropical status. So no worries. So the next name, the G storm, will be Gabrielle. Right now, there are no signs of Gabrielle forming over the coming at least 3, 4, 5 days. All right, we look for big areas of convection over open, warm waters. When you see those reds flaring up, that's deep areas of convection. The southern Gulf, the Bay of Campeche, that's straddling the coast. Got to be out over the water to start forming a tropical system. That one's not going to do it. Most of that's over Mexico. So we head into the Caribbean. What do we have there? Not much. Most of the convection over land, pockets of showers and storms over the Caribbean. Nothing of any kind of consequence. When I look at the deep Atlantic, the thing that pops off, and probably for you as well, is that deep red mass near the coast of Africa. Tropical waves. They periodically, every few days, roll off the coast out there. Sometimes they develop, sometimes they don't. Models are saying no go on that area over the coming days. Doesn't mean it definitely won't. And I'm certainly going to have my eye out there as we head into tomorrow and Friday, just in case. But right now, all good. Let's get a break from the tropics for a while. The longer, the better. Come back home. The weather news is fantastic. Beauty day today. Highs this afternoon, same as yesterday. Yesterday we hit about 81. Same ballpark today, 81, 82. The difference today and yesterday, drier air, lower humidity levels. That 82 will feel like 82 this afternoon. That's nice. North 5 to 10, advecting in that dry air. Sunny, comfortable, beauty day as we go through the day. Sat-rad, dry air means no clouds for the most part. Maybe a stray cloud on the coast, but I think that'll be it. And our air temps headed out this morning. That drier air cooled much better last night, so this morning we're 10 degrees cooler than yesterday morning. That means the air temp in the 50s inland. We hit our bottom. The sunrise was at 6:45 about a half an hour ago. So these numbers hit their lowest about a half an hour ago. They'll start to slowly climb now. A lot of 50s inland, and again out on the coast. Beaufort's spitting out some bad data. It's obviously not -1 degrees on the beach. That temperature about 65 Beaufort for you guys. And the winds, nope, very calm, maybe a 5 here or there on a north to north-northwest flow. Love that afternoon forecast. 82 later again. Cool to warm, start to finish under those sunny skies. Doing the beach today, enjoy it. We finally are out of a high risk for dangerous rip currents on the Outer Banks. You had to go all the way back to pre-Aaron before we, last time we saw anything but high on that. So finally, everything's starting to get normal, fully normal out there again. 1 to 2 foot waves, similar numbers on the Crystal Coast with a low rip risk there. That wind north at about, let's call it 10, give or take a little bit. Coming off a low tide now, so we'll come back to a high tide around 11 a.m. this morning. 6-hour cycle between the tides, so back to a low as you're getting out of work late afternoon. High temp today and tomorrow 82. Tomorrow morning, when the sun comes up, we'll be just where we were this morning, upper 50s to a few low 60s. long sleeves again for an hour or two. Lots of sunshine. I think tomorrow we will get a few clouds coming in. There's today. That map looks gorgeous. That big blue H bringing the good stuff. Flow around high pressure, the H on the map, is clockwise in the northern hemisphere. So when you see a high back to our west, that would imply a north breeze, which we have. You can see my arrows on the map, bringing that nice air down the coast, translating to the low 80s later today. On the back side of the high, the west side, southerly flow grabs moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, drives it inland, hits an area of low pressure, which is like a vacuum, draws the air together, creates lift, moisture rises, condenses, you get rain, showers and storms back there way west of us, and eventually along the Gulf Coast as well. There's Thursday morning. Looks good tomorrow morning. I put a few more clouds on my icon there, but the clouds I don't think will bring any rain tomorrow. We'll be in good shape. Rain stays down to the south. So into Friday. Friday still looks good, mostly sunny. Watch that little low down there on the Gulf Coast. We get into Saturday, still taking the low road, and that front coming in, combining maybe to get some rain in late day Saturday into the overnight. This is not a slam dunk. The bulk of the rain south of us, but I'm kind of watching there, primarily overnight hours Saturday night for maybe a quarter of an inch of rain, perhaps. And then Sunday, generally that low's tracking away. A leftover stray raindrop on Sunday doesn't warrant much more than 20% right now. All right, so I mentioned football kicking off. The forecast looks fantastic tomorrow evening. Tailgating, if you're headed over there, you're dropping that $1.50 for your ticket. $80 tailgating, kickoff 75, delightful degrees, and then by the time the game's wrapping up, I think we'll be in the upper 60s with little to no wind over in Raleigh. Good luck to the Pirates and NC State fans. Good luck to your team as well. You gotta be careful. A lot of state fans here in Eastern NC. Watch those temps. I wanted to show you this map. 40s up and towards Detroit and Lexington this morning. Yeah, 40s here in the summer, late summer season over the Great Lakes. The warm air over Texas, hot air kind of hangs down there, stuck back to the desert southwest and south central U.S. More 50s for us tomorrow morning, inland to low 80s in the afternoon. That temp profile, it's locked in pretty much. Low 80s today, tomorrow, and that's a good thing. The game tomorrow, I mentioned the weather looks great. Friday, still a lot of sunshine. Rain is unlikely. Saturday, 30%, late day into the overnight. Still working on the timing and rain coverage there. But I don't see a lot. I think we'll stay 30% or less through the holiday weekend. Daytime hours, daylight hours. Right, overnight Saturday night could be a little higher. Labor Day, 30% chance of rain, high near 80 for the big holiday, and kind of holding similar numbers into Tuesday before we start warming a bit on Wednesday. The overnight's still nice all the way through, Gigi. A little more humidity into the weekend means the overnights will come up towards the mid-60s and then back down towards 60s as we head into next week. This is like a late September 8 day, a month early here in late August.
I know, I was going to say, I had a picture that I found in my phone recently from this time last year when I was a reporter, and I was outside dripping sweat. So it's nice to not have to be dealing with that today, tomorrow, and for the next coming days.
Yeah, I agree. It's a gift because we should be, typically we are sweating. I always think about the Watermelon Festival. Usually that's just a steam bath.
Right.
It was a great festival this year and that great weather again. Hanging on for a little while longer, actually for another week or so, the way it looks. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Well, thank you, Jim, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Just want to say hello and good morning to Esmeralda from Chinquapin. Hope you're doing well. Kim, good morning, and Kedrian saying it's so cold right now and I love it. I do love the sweater weather.
That's what RN is.
Really
good job. RN, she's a nurse. Sorry.
No, right now we're teaching Jim the lingo of the
You
time.
can see RN, registered nurse.
This is true, yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll be back again at 8 o'clock for another news and weather update. Hope you can join us then.